So, word of the week this week brought to you by my downstairs deck. How lovely is this? Got a peach tree here. It's going to give me lots of beautiful peaches, the neighbours tell me, this summer. It's funny, before we moved here, before we even know this was the house the Lord had picked, I kept getting a craving for peaches. And here's the peach tree in its cupboard. So the word of the week this week. The Lord said bubbles. I thought, bubbles, Lord? And I always take it by what first comes to me in the spirit, and it was champagne. And I thought, he's on a scenario these last few weeks about celebration. It's in the recordings that Hannah and Mike are doing with different ones, and it's just prophetically earthing a celebration. He's got his magnifying glass on it, and it's something that you have to go with. You have to give yourself to. Some people are great celebrators. Some people it's a little bit of an effort to let things go, to celebrate, and other people just can't celebrate. Because the other kind of bubbles is the boiling. It reminds me of when I was a child, my brother got boils and they had to be lanced. And it got me down a darker lane, but I started to think about that and ask the Holy Spirit about that. Why are people unable to celebrate? Why is that more the boils and the build-up and it's unforgiveness? That's the other side. Can't celebrate when you don't forgive. There's all kinds of unforgiveness, but a lot of the time over the years we've been ministering and whatever in the Lord and the Spirit and the prophetic can come back to a root of not forgiving God. That sounds crazy, but people will never admit it, but they're angry. They're angry that God allowed this. But that's not the bubbles side that I want to concentrate on this week. That's what came to me, was more the champagne. I've even got a wee bottle of it there. The champagne celebration, being able to celebrate, giving yourself to celebration. I'm not talking in the worldly sense, it's carefree, crazy, just do whatever you want. Celebrate with him. Celebrate what he's celebrating. He can see what's coming for us all. He's celebrating. He laughs in the heavens. The battle's won. There's a celebration spirit being released, and the enemy wants you to think this is the bad time, this is the time to run, this is the time not to be celebrating. No, celebrate before the unfolding of God's plans, before you see what he's been doing all this time, before the battle. Celebrate. Give yourself to his spirit of celebration. Bubbles week. He's on to something. He's telling us something. Celebrating in the spirit before you see. It's powerful. Celebrate one another. Celebrate with him. So it's beginning of November, just. Celebrate with the Lord. Determined to find out everything He wants to reveal to you. Celebrate every breath, every daylight, every sunlight, every night. We've got glowworms up there in the natural. I celebrate that. That's awesome. Got a lovely wee river that's flooded a bit down here. The road was a flood this week. Celebrate. Overflow. Amazing. I embrace celebration. I embrace the bubbles. And you know what you can see if you look closely in a bubble? Rainbows. All the colours of the rainbow. To me, that's a sign of the Holy Spirit's in the bubbles and the celebration. Rainbow lightning. Amazing. Celebration, Bubbles Week.